Hello, welcome back to my channel, Happy Learning Mathematics. So today children, you will be learning your 26th lesson, which is data representation and interpretation. So I want you all to recall something what we learned under this same lesson while you were in grade 6. So you might have learned the few ways of collecting data and then interpreting the data collected. So first we will recall what we learned so that we can understand this lesson better. So first you might have learned about tally marks, collecting data using tally marks, where this symbol is known as a tally mark. So you mark the number 5 by denoting it in this way, cutting the fifth line across 4 lines. So this number represents number 5. There are 5 in it. So this is the first method you use. Second, you might have learned about picture graphs. Okay, so picture graph example is given below. You can see the mode of transport and the number of employees. So the one circle denotes 4 employees. So then after that you count the number, then you present using the symbol circle. So here you can use any kind of symbol. In this particular picture graph they have used a circle. So now let's move on to our grade 7 section where we are going to learn about column graphs or bar graphs. So today you will be learning about bar graphs and also it is known as column graph as well. So in this particular example, now you can see in the vertical axis the number of employees has been given, and in the horizontal axis the mode of transport has been given. So this same bar graph can also be drawn in this way as well. So here both the graphs denotes the same thing, only the way of it has been drawn is different. Okay, so one is drawn in the vertical way and the other one is drawn in the horizontal way. So this is a bar graph. So also we do have multiple bar graphs, or you can name it as multiple column graphs as well, where 2 or more subcategories have been joined. For example, as you can see here, this is a multiple bar graphs where 2 information have been joined, combined together. So the orange shaded area bars denote the number of females and the pink shaded area bars denote the number of males. So the mode of transport have been collected among the number of teachers. So you know in teachers there are male teachers and female teachers as well. So rather than drawing 2 different graphs, they have combined the information into one graph. So this is known as a multiple bar graph. So now let's do a question from your textbook, children, so you can understand how to draw a bar graph for the given information. So now let's look at this example from your textbook. So this is a table prepared by a sports teacher of a certain school on the types of sport that students in grade 6 to 11 participate. So here in the first column they have denoted the grades from 6 to 11. Then the second and third column represents the number of students who participate in indoor sports as well as in outdoor sports. So first thing you will have to do here is name the horizontal and the vertical lines. So here the horizontal line will represent the grade. So you should write that first. Okay, and then the vertical line will represent the number of students. So let's write that as well. Number of students. And the next important thing is choosing a proper scale. So can you see the numbers here? They are multiples of 5s only. So let's with the given space given amount of space here, I will write the scale with tens value. So let's start here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and then 100. Okay, so I have written the scale, so you can mark the 15 in between of 10 and 20, in the middle of 10 and 20. Am I right? So choosing a proper scale is also very important, children. So now the third important thing is you have to differentiate the indoor sports and outdoor sports. So here I am going to choose black color for indoor sports. Understood? And I am going to denote the outdoor sports with a blue color bar graph. Okay, so this denotes the outdoor. Okay, now after that let's name the horizontal axis, which is grades. So how many grades do we have? Grades from 6 to 11. So let's write grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10 and grade 11. So remember, the width between each bars should be the same. Also, here also the measurement you have marked should be in same width. Okay, now let's represent the data given. So look at the first one, grade 6. Indoor sports, there are 10 students. Am I right? So indoor sports, we are marking it with black color. Since there are 10 students, I am going to draw a black color graph leveling with number 10. Do you understand? Now let's mark the other one, which is 90 outdoor sports. Okay, so 90 with blue color. So 90 is here. So you can use the ruler, children. First level it with 90, then you can use the ruler to connect the bar. So children, I also have used a ruler to connect the bar. So yes, you can see here it's leveling out with the 90. So now let's move on to the next one, which is grade 7. We have 35 students for indoor sports. So 35 in the sense it should come in between 30 and 40. Am I right? Come in the middle of 30 and 40. So you can keep a gap in between, that's up to you. Even if you don't keep a gap, it's all right. Only thing you have to consider is the color you have used, and it should be match and appropriate. Okay, so you should able to differentiate. So now I am keeping a small gap in between. So since it is 35, I am leveling it out with 35. Now let's draw this bar with black color. Okay, next thing is we have 65 for outdoor sports. For 65 we should use blue color. 65 comes in between 60 and 70. So I have to draw a bar graph in between like this. So can you see, children? I have drawn the outdoor for grade 7. Next one is for grade 8. Now the number in grade 8 is 15 and 85. So 15 with black color one, which comes in between 10 and 20. Am I right? So here, and then the number is 85, that will come in between 80 and 90. Do you understand? Now I am going to join the bars. So I have completed it. Can you see it, children? 15 and 85. The next one is grade 9, which is 15 and 85 once again. So it's going to be the same level with these two. Am I right? Why it is 15 and 85 once again. So it's going to level with the previous bars. So I'm going to join these now. See, can you see? It is looks exactly the same as grade 8. So we can compare easily, right? Grade 8 and grade 9 have similar number of students for each indoor and outdoor sports. Now let's move on to the grade 10 one, which is 40 and then 60. 40 with black color. So it should level with number 40, and the blue in outdoor is 60 students. So I have to level it out with number 60. Okay, children. So now I have drawn for grade 10 as well, which is 40 and then 60. Okay, the last one is grade 11, which is 45 for indoor sports. So 45 comes in between 40 and 50, right? Exactly in the middle. So 45 should be drawn with the black color one. So here 45 and then 55 with blue color, which is outdoor sports. So I'm going to join that as well. So now children, I have finished drawing the multiple bar graphs. So once again I summarize what did I do first. First I drew a horizontal and vertical axes. Then after that I named the axes. Am I right? Here the grades and here the number of students. After that we took a measurement appropriate with the numbers given in the table. So I have chosen to go with multiples of 10s. Okay, so when you are drawing, it should be very neat. You should choose a proper measurement so it looks neat, like this. Okay, so after that we name the horizontal axis as well. Then if it is a multiple bar graph, we have to choose two different colors or two or more depending on the question. Here we do have two subcategories, which are indoor and outdoor. So I chose two different colors. Then we have to represent it in this way. So please always draw a bar graph with pencil, children. Don't use pen at all. In case you made a mistake somewhere when you name, let's say when you drew the axis with a pen, you have to go to a new page. Am I right? So you write everything, including the names, the numbers, everything with a pencil. Okay. Now let's look at the question and we'll try to answer the question based on this bar graph. So the first question is, children, students of which grade participate in outdoor sports the most? So outdoor sports denotes the blue color bars. Am I right? So which grade students participated the most? So you can compare the bars of blue color ones. So the height of grade 6 is larger. Am I right? This is higher than all the other bars of blue color. So grade 6 students are the one who participated most from outdoor sports. Okay, you have to write that answer there. So second question, which grade has the most number of students participating in indoor sports? So you know indoor sports have been marked with black color bars. So among black color bars, you can see this from grade 11 looks higher than the other bars. Am I right? So, for that, grade 11 is the answer. Am I right? Now, let's look at the third question. Which grade has the least number of students participating in outdoor sports? So, here, outdoor sports denote the blue color bars. So, you have to look for the shorter height, right? One with the shorter height, which is the grade 11 one. Okay. compared to that all the others are higher than that. So the answer is grade 11. Now let's answer the fourth one, which is which grade has the greatest difference between the number of students who participate in indoor and outdoor sports. So they are asking for the difference which has the greater difference. So you can compare the heights of the black and blue one for each grade. So which one do you think has the most difference? As you can see, grade 6 has the most difference than the other grades. Am I right? So answer is going to be the grade 6. So now did we go through the tables in order to answer these questions? No, right? So once you drew the bar graphs, you will be able to collect the information quickly. So that's why we represent the data in the graphs. Okay. So now you know, children, how to represent everything in a bar graph. Since I drew this in a whiteboard, does not look that much accurate. It may not look like that, but when you draw in a square rule book, it will be more accurate and easier for you to get the information from bar graphs. So now let's do another question from your textbook. So now let's read this question, children. The following multiple column graph provides information on the number of students who entered the different A-level subject streams at a certain school during 3 successive years. So here they have differentiated with 3 colors for each 3 streams. Am I right? The purple one denotes the science stream, the brown one denotes the art stream, and the green one denotes the commerce stream. So please children take some time to go through the chart first. So then only you will be able to understand the chart and then answer the questions below. So in the vertical axis you can see the number of students, and in the horizontal axis you can see the years. So 2013, 2014 and 2015 have been given. So now let's answer the first question. Okay. Which stream shows a gradual increase in the number of students entering the stream? So increase in the sense the height of the bar should increase gradually. So which color bar increases gradually? So you can see the purple one increases gradually. The height increases, right? So that is the science stream. So answer for the first one is science stream. Do you understand? Now the second question, which stream shows a gradual decrease in the number of students? Decreasing means the height of the bars should decrease. Am I right? So here the brown color bars are decreasing in their height. So which is art stream. Now the third question is, in which year has the greatest number of students joined the A-level classes of the school? Now here you should add all the students from each stream in order to calculate the number of students. So let's do that by adding all the students from each year. So let's find the number of students of 2013 first. So you can see here, children, you can use a ruler in order to get the relevant information, number of students. So for 2013, you can see the purple one is 30, the brown one levels with number 80 and the green one 20. So the total number of students who sat in 2013 are, you should add everything, which is 130. Now 2014, first one is 40, then 70, the brown one, and the green color commerce stream is 10. So let's add and find the total number of students, which is 120. So the third one in the year of 2015, First one is 60, leveling with 60, then 50, and the green one, which is comma stream, comes with 30. So let's add everything together, which is 140. Okay, now you can answer the question, which year is the greater number of students? The year 2015. So this is your answer for the third one. Now let's look at the fourth question, children. This is a little bit, you have to read it carefully in order to understand. If all the students who joined the A level in year 2013 sat the examination in 2015, how many students in total faced the A level examination in 2015 from this school? So this particular bar graph shows the number of students who entered each year. If you go through the question again, you will be able to understand it is the number of children who entered the school in 2013 and 2014 and 2015 have been given, not the people who sat for the exam. So the question is 2013, those who entered will sit for the exams in 2015. So for this particular question, the students who joined in 2013 is going to be the answer, which is 130. Am I right? So 130 students who entered this year will do the exams after 2 years. Am I right? Which is 2015. So they will be doing the exams. They entered in 2013, and after 2 years only they will sit for the exams. The exams will be held in 2015. So the people who sat for the exam in 2015 are those who entered in the year 2013, which are 130. So I hope you all did understand this, children. So that's all under this lesson today. Now you will be able to complete the exercise as well. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.